We see Smiley and Gretchen sitting down and having a conversation now. Why the f*** did Smiley take off her socks and put her damn feet in the water? She gets me so mad. I really was laughing looking at this scene because I'm like, girl, she really took off the sneaker, took off the sock one by one.
This whole scene was crazy because
I
didn't even notice that.
You didn't notice that?
No, I was distracted by her looking like a motherboard, bitch. Why she have to know?
Yes, she did look like that.
Bro, she looked like a computer.
Did. She looked the inside of the cell phone, like, for real.
I was like, what?
This the kind of beat the go, this the kind of beat the go, this the kind of beat the go, rock, top, top.
Welcome back to another episode of the Petty Headquarters. I'm your host, Tiana Locke, and this is
Jessie Strange.
And we are back at it again with, of course, another Baddies recap.
Yes, ma'am. I'm excited.
Yeah, for sure. So for those that are returning, welcome back. Shout out to the Petty Posse, Petty Crash Out community. If you don't know who we are, and if you guys are new, we're the Petty Headquarters, which is a pop culture entertainment podcast, okay? Covering reality TV, internet culture, and baddies, most of all. That's what you guys come here for. So, anything you want to say to the people?
No, that was short and sweet. I'm ready to get into this week's dose of mess.
This week's dose of mess is pretty spicy with Baddies episode 8, y'all. Oh my God, I was cracking up the whole time watching this episode. I'm not gonna lie.
I wish we were together to watch it.
I was cracking the fuck up.
Were you?
At many parts, okay? We're gonna get into it. But the episode starts off with Suki and Sapphire having a whole meeting and discussing the whole thing that happened with Gretch at the club. So Sapphire's like, what the fuck happened? Like, why did you guys start fighting?
Yeah.
Suki starts saying how, we got into a disagreement because she was like, the crowd's booing me. She didn't like that. But I'm telling her that the crowd's booing you because you said nigga, right? But then, it gets into another situation where Suki was like that. She called me a bitch. She was getting hype. I wasn't playing none of that.
Yeah, that's what it looked like. That she didn't like that she was basically getting aggressive.
Right.
And that's what Sapphire said that, when Gretchen drinks, she don't know her limit.
Yeah, she did say that.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was interesting though. Like, what do you think about that?
What do you
Only
mean?
because I haven't, you know what? I can't really speak to this because I'm not there. So obviously Sapphire would know. She's there, right? Because they don't show everything.
That's true.
But when we do see her, we don't see her acting out. I don't know if it's because we see her in crazy environments, so she's too lit to act out. I don't know what the case is.
No, because we saw her with Callie. Whenever she gets I just feel like
that's right. I forgot about that. You're right.
Yeah, but I feel like that's Gretchen. Gretchen speaks aggressive just in general.
Yes,
she's
in
mad
general,
rough.
She's mad rough.
Yeah,
right,
but
right.
when you heated, there's alcohol involved.
Yeah,
and then Suki's trying to tell you there are people around. There are people.
I'm sorry.
There are people around you that don't like you saying the N-word, and she's black, and majority of people are black, so and then Gretchen can be a little disrespectful, so heat of the moment, there's alcohol, and Suki don't, it's ego at that point.
Yeah,
don't talk to me, bitch. What I mean?
And it was more so that she called her a bitch because even in her confessional, she was like, I ain't no bitch. You don't know me like that. We're not friends. We're not homies. Like, I'm a Nubian Pan-Africanism queen. Like, she literally said, this is Pan-African cat hoe. I was like, oh my God.
And it was so funny because at some point, Sapphire says that she feels like Tavii had given Gretchen the N card.
Yeah.
Because Tavii has said, people from New York, so it's no big deal. We say it all the time. So Suki's like, what the fuck Tavii do? What's she doing it? What's she perform? And then Sapphire's like, she did the intermission. And then Suki's like, she did an intervention?
And I totally forgot about that.
Sapphire knows this bitch is being annoying. So she's like, no, bitch, I'm like me. I did the intermission too. And she's like, Sapphire, you don't need no intervention. And Sapphire's at this point okay, Suki. Bad.
Yeah.
That shit cracked me up.
I know. So Suki basically was like, so Tavii's the reason why Gretch got her ass whooped. And I'm listening to this whole scene go down and I'm like, wow. The fact that Tavii is getting brought into this is it's interesting for story.
It's interesting, but I can't wait to clock it later when they're in the tour bus.
Because I want to talk about that too.
Can't wait to talk
Want
about
to talk
that.
about that too. Anywho, we go on to the next scene where we see Big Lex and Dolly meet up, right?
Mhm.
And she is recapping the crowd saying, fuck Dolly, and how it was just crazy. But Dolly, at some point, she says she doesn't like the way the big three is falling apart.
And going back to the fuck Dolly thing, it's so funny because she was just talking about how she embraced it. She didn't give a fuck. And then she really did. And it's so funny now, recently, her performance in New York with everybody shouting fuck Dolly is going viral on TikTok. And they're telling her to make a remix with the background saying fuck Dolly because that shit was lit.
No, that's what somebody commented under one of our vlog videos on YouTube. Someone actually said that, like, Dolly should have just did that. I don't know why she didn't do that.
Right. Yes.
Yeah, like a lot of people were saying that on our YouTube channel, as well as like on TikTok. A lot of people were commenting that as well. So, I mean, she should. That shit would eat because the way they rode the beat.
Yeah.
Fuck Dolly. Fuck Dolly. They really wrote that shit.
They did.
I was like,
and she
damn.
really danced like it was a part of the song.
No, she really did. I'm surprised she didn't say it.
Yeah.
She should have said it too, like, yeah, fuck Dolly. Like, that shit would have been mad funny if she started chanting it too.
That would have been funny as fuck.
Right. So now they also talk about summer. Oh my God, I'm so over like this whole conversation. Big Lex, long story short, feels like Summer's being avoidant. Doesn't want to talk about the issue. You know, she just kind of made up her mind and she's dragging it out by not talking about the issue. And Lex wants to talk about it. Dolly wants to talk about it. And there's no conversation to be had. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on there. So then now we see Italy, Milan, right? And we see Scotty and Jayla. We find out that Lemmy allowed Scotty to bring a friend and she chose to bring Jayla.
Yo.
Why are you looking at me like that?
Because I even just hearing Lemmy allowed Scotty. Oh, fuck. I'm just...
Yeah. Like, let me bring a friend. Like, I wouldn't want to be out here by myself. I'm like, I guess. But even her talking about, yeah, I'm here with my man. Like,
can we save it for Scotty with the baby? Because
that's what I'm
sick
saying.
Of seeing this separate. Like, the coolest part about this Milan thing right now was the B-roll, the little switch over when you had Chicago, Milan, then you had the little transition. That to me was cooler than this whole back and forth with Scotty and Jayla. Because what the fuck did they talk about? Nothing. Because what is Scotty doing? Nothing.
Right. So when she's talking to Jayla about other people's beef, I'm like, oh my God, you really needed to milk the shit out of the scene, didn't you? Because you knew damn well there was nothing to talk about. And you know what? I may have talked a lot of shit about Jayla, but I'm no hater. She looked the fuck good in this scene, yo. I love that look, the long, silky jet black hair. Like, even the blonde too looks good on her. Like, her with long hair eats, I feel like. It really eats the fuck down. And she looked really good. And part of me wonders, like, is that an additional reason why Natalie felt some type of way? Like, Scotty chose Jayla and not her?
For a split second, I thought about that. But at the end of the day, Scotty and Natalie are not friends.
They were never friends, right, at that point?
Yeah, they were done being friends. So I feel like it wasn't even like that. I do think that Natalie takes note that, oh, okay, so you're taking my friend. But, like, I don't think she feels some type of way because it wasn't her. But because she's just, at the end of the day, it would be a couple of years ago, it was Natalie choosing Scotty to go to these things.
Right.
So now Scotty being that girl, again, Natalie's got her own thing going on, so I don't think she even gives a fuck.
Right, exactly.
However, I feel like it's something that's noted. Like, I know what a Capricorn, like how they think and how they, you know what I mean? I'm a Capricorn.
Okay, Miss Capricorn.
So I just feel like, this is work noted. Noted, you know?
Yeah, and I feel like that's it. So we see Scotty talking about how she's still in the house, being big sis and all that stuff. They recap the whole Tommy bringing her goons to basically jump on Cold Killer Fauna, all that bullshit. And I was over it because like you missed me at the whole let me bring a friend. That was all I heard. After that, I didn't hear nothing else. Like, why are you talking? Like, whatever. This is just extra camera time fluff to like fill in the gaps. Is what this was. So I didn't give a fuck.
To be cool, to write off their Milan trip, and that's why Natalie said what she said on live, talking about I go to places and I travel places and it's not a business expense. Because really and truly, what did we get out of this?
Nothing. Not a damn fucking thing.
We got to live vicariously and go to Milan. We could do that on YouTube with YouTubers. Like, you know what I mean? It's not unique, you know?
Right. But anything for that, you know, tax write-off or whatever the fuck. Anywho, so we now see Rollie visiting Tink in her room. And Tink is getting dolled up, getting her hair done. And Rollie's just talking about how she didn't like that everybody was getting booed. She didn't like that. You know, poor Summer. Gretch
with the bottle.
Yeah, with the bottle. Yes, like they were throwing bottles. Yeah.
She said she was high. She ain't even hear the fuck Dolly. She just heard Dolly.
Yeah. So she thought it was lit. And I'm like, wow, that's crazy how you didn't hear them. Tink was like, no, they said fuck Dolly. Yeah. Fuck Dolly. Like, you couldn't ignore that. They made the whole room shake. The whole room shaked. Yo, fucking crazy.
So when Rollie's talking about Gretchen, right? You know, Rollie's like, we can't have our audience throwing shit at the performer. So whoever gets booed, she believes that they need to like not perform on the next in the next city. And Tink is like, you know, I don't know why people are still coming for Gretchen over saying the N-word, because Gretchen is a product of her environment. Like where she grew up, it's okay. And I'm just so surprised how much there's a lot of people speaking up for Gretchen now. You know?
Same.
But we'll talk.
Well, wait for the loss, because I have a lot to say.
Damn it, I want to talk about it.
No, we need to go in order for this. We need to go in order. Because I got a lot of shit to say about that.
Yup.
And I don't want to get, you know, distracted or anything. But, you know, that is what Tink says. And then after that, you know, and she makes it known that Gretch is also not a racist and all of those things.
Oh, yeah, she's a really cool girl.
Right. And so now we see Rollie. She's like, let me call Natalie. Let me see what she want to do. And I'm not going to lie. In this moment when she called Natalie, I'm thinking to myself, like, why are you bothering Natalie?
Period. I thought the same thing.
Why are you bothering her? She's at a funeral. Like, what the fuck? And now I understand when I saw the preview clip where she's like, Natalie's gone for one fucking day. These girls can't do anything. And I'm like, yeah, this summer want to call. Like, why are you calling Natalie?
It's funny because even on my personal, like, in my personal life, when I'm off of work, as much as I tell my coworkers, hey, you can call me if you need anything.
Don't call me.
They never call me. And when I come back, they'll be like problems. And I'll be like, why didn't you call me? They're like, we didn't want to bother you. It's called like being considerate.
Yeah.
And these bitches are not considerate.
No.
And they know she's at a funeral.
At a whole funeral, yo. Like, it's so crazy. And my thing is, do not call her unless it's serious final straw emergency, I feel like. But if you can figure it out or figure it out with the team of all these other fucking producers around you, do not call her.
Yeah.
Like, that would piss me off too. Like, you calling me for that?
And she calls her. She calls Natalie and Natalie answers. And the thing is, and I'm glad that Tink actually acknowledges it, because Nat's talking to Rollie and telling her, like, you need to call the house meeting. At the end of the day, these girls aren't going to respect what you got to say anyways. They're going to fight.
Yeah.
And, you know, she's telling her like it is.
Yeah.
And at the end of that phone call, Tink's like, you know, it's crazy how Nat can still smile through all of this. And I have a note here, like, even before Tink had said it, I had made a note that it's crazy that Natalie picked up and was still able to talk about it. Like, she literally said, we just did this whatever ceremony, I'm going to the burial next. Like, I just picture me being in that moment of grievance and like, I don't want to be on the phone, talk on the phone, be on FaceTime. I want to cry. I want to be in my feelings. I want to feel how I feel, not show face for my job.
Yeah. So it was just like, damn, like, that's a little fucked up. Like, you really couldn't wait. Moving forward, we see Smiley and Gretchen sitting down and having a conversation. Now, why the fuck did Smiley take off her socks and put her damn feet in the water? She gets me so mad. like I really was laughing looking at this thing because I'm like, girl, she really took off the sneaker, took off the sock one by one. And it looked crazy too because it's not like she took it off smoothly. Like she took it off and it was hanging off the tippy toes and coming off like, and then threw them on the floor, then dipped her feet in the fucking fountain water like some dirty bitch. I was like, why the fuck would you dip your feet in the fucking water? Like
This whole scene was crazy because
it really was.
I didn't even notice that. You
didn't notice that?
I was distracted by her looking like a motherboard, bitch. Why she acting up?
Yes, she did look like that.
Bro, she looked like a computer.
Did. She looked the inside of the cell phone, like for real. Inside of the computer, the motherboard, all of that, the hard drive. That's what the fuck she looked like.
I was like, what?
Yep.
I'm telling you, I was so like caught off like guard. And you know when I realized? When she was like, help me put my shoes back on to Gretch. That's when I'm like, when did that happen?
Yes, because it happened very quick. She took her shoes off, then boom, that confessional. I'm like, y'all not slick. What the fuck? Did she put her damn fucking feet in the fucking water? Like, getting me so mad.
That's that Florida shit, bro.
It is, right? It really is. I'm like, yo, Smiley definitely gives, I'm from Florida.
Yeah, Dade County, baby. Dade County.
So at this point, Gretch, she's telling her, like, I'm done talking. I'm ready to fight. Whoever won it, you're going to get it because you're going to fight me and then boom, I get carried out and, all this bullshit. Like, it's not fair. And if you want to put your hands on me, like, this is not fair. Like, I'm getting my wants.
Exactly. And as she's talking about that, Rollie texts Smiley that they need to go to the house because they're about to have a house meeting. Yeah. And then this is where Gretch is like, basically insinuate, Smiley's like, don't touch my friend. And Gretchen's like, bitch, mind your business.
Yeah.
And then Smiley's like, okay, I'm gonna mind my business.
Yeah, I mean, that's really all there is to it. Because what is there to talk about? Because she's trying to tell Gretch, no, chill out. They're just like, ain't none of that.
No.
Ain't none of that.
And it's so funny because, right, so they get up and they leave in or whatever. And after, Smiley asked for her to help her with her shoes and shit. That shit was weird. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
And fucking Smiley.
But Gretch was so nice. She helped her.
She did.
I was thinking that. I was like, oh, she's so sweet.
That was nice.
Even though after she told her, bitch, I don't give a fuck about your friend. In the same breath, she was like, bitch, I don't give a fuck. Mind your business. Oh, yeah, I'll help you. I'll help you put your shoes back on. Like, I was like, that's sweet, I guess. That's that type of like, I don't know. Like, those friends that be mean, but they nice. Giving that.
She's rough.
Yeah.
She's rough. That's all Gretch is rough.
Right.
That's all she is, but she's kind. And I feel like I can see through that.
Right.
But because, bitch, I don't have a big ego, but I have some ego, and I'm sorry. I love you, but I'm not helping you put your fucking shoes back on. Get your dirty ass feet away from me.
For real, and you didn't have no towel, no nothing, no paper towel to wipe the water off your head. I'm like, bitch.
You stuck on the water.
Yeah, no, because like your feet are moist with the water. You want me to touch your feet, put your socks and your shoes back on? And Gretch helped her.
Why you gotta say moist like
because
that?
your feet is coming out the water. It's moist, bitch. It's damp.
Ooh.
And then you don't got no towel, no fucking rag, no fucking nothing to wipe your shit. That shit just wet. And socks. I guess the sock gonna absorb the shit.
Ooh.
The socks.
That is gross.
So
you
wet.
just drew the that shit is nasty. You ain't have to say it like that.
Because that is what it felt like to me. So Gretch is really nice for helping her.
I mean, yeah.
Touch her feet that's wet and put the socks on and put the shoes on. She's nice for that. Because who the fuck is doing that?
Not me, bitch.
Right.
Not me.
Right.
Yeah,
so now the girls get on the bus. They get on the bus, right? Couple of girls come on. Then, Fauna, killer order, come on. Fauna got a hat on. She ready. And then immediately, her and Nunu start fighting. And I'm going to say this. Fauna gave her that work.
Oh, my God.
Fauna gave Nunu that work.
Yo, that shit it happened so quickly.
Fast.
Like, all I see is like Smiley trying to hug Fauna, and Fauna is just like on the go.
Yeah, she's like ready.
She kind of like moved her, and Nunu kind of knew, and it just went. It just went. And now fast. And this shit is crazy. Like, I think Rollie was like, "Where's security?" or some shit like that.
Real. This is so bad.
That shit was wild.
No, it really was. Then Killa and Nunu start arguing about who was checking whose temperature. If I
had to take a shot for every time you hear checking a temperature, I'd be drunk.
No, for real.
Cause
checking temperature every episode.
Bro,
Damn.
shit is crazy. So they start fucking arguing. But I thought it was funny how like Fauna, once they fight, right? Fauna trying to put her wig back on and shit. So she's like combing it down. You saw Tavii. You saw Tavii. Yeah, I saw Tavii. I was like, oh, you guys are cool right now.
Right. Talk about you good, friend.
Yeah.
You good. You good. Okay, let's see.
They had a good
Making
night.
sure my girl good.
Yeah.
Bro, I can't,
You stupid.
So now, fucking Tavii and Nunu, they start arguing after that.
Mm-hmm.
And then out of nowhere, in the midst of all the arguing, Killer's jumping in there. She sneaks Nunu.
Yeah.
And it's just crazy. I just think it's funny, though, that Nunu said in her confessional, y'all hyping me up. Y'all turning me up.
So as they're like all back and forth arguing, you see Lex, Summer, and Tink walking in. But it's so funny because Summer, annoying ass, talk about baddies.
She did. Did she walk in like that?
Like the baddies. I'm like, yo, she's so annoying.
All the bullshit that's happening does not care. Like,
yo, the
does not
comedic
care.
relief,
no,
bro.
she really is, though. She really is, because I didn't even notice that at first.
You didn't?
No, because I was just laughing about Fauna and Nunu. Like, I was laughing that whole time.
Bro, I cried because they really mad. They argue. You hear the commotion as they're walking in. They're watching from the outside. You hear them. And then baddies.
Yo. Nah, you like flailing around.
Because that's how she did some shit with her hands.
Yeah.
It was so funny.
Yeah. So after that dies down, Summer asks Gretch, how do you feel about your performance?
Yeah.
So Gretch was just saying how she kind of didn't like that they were booing her. She did feel some type of way and all that stuff. And this is where you hear Rollie speak up about Gretch. And she says something very interesting. She says that there are many girls of many backgrounds on this cast that say it and no one says anything. But everyone is always attacking Gretchen and criticizing her, maybe because she's more white passing. And then Tink even chimes in and she basically says the same thing. Now, I have something to say. I wish Rollie said that when Jayla was doing all that on the season that they were on.
Listen, I was listening to Tink chime in, to Rollie chime in, to who else? There was a few girls. Tavii chimed in.
And Summer don't give a fuck.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
And Lex not gonna say nothing, but you could tell she don't give a fuck either.
Exactly. So you see all these girls chiming in, and I'm like, but y'all were the same bitches that stood by when Jayla was fighting Gretch the entire fucking season over this.
Yeah.
Why didn't you speak up then?
Yeah.
It's kind of weird.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, now that Jayla's not present, Rollie, you've been on every fucking season. You didn't say anything. Nobody said anything. So
Right.
I think I found that really alarming. Like, oh, why are we saying something now, though?
I think they're fake. They're being fucking fake. They were fake when Jayla was fighting Gretch and no one said anything. It's like one of those things, like, I'm gonna let her have the storyline. But that goes back to what we were saying before. Like, all these people were mad in the comments. All these people were coming at, even in our comments, like, oh, this and that. And like I said, you can keep your opinions at, well, no, you can have your opinions. You can write them down. I'm open to talk, right? But in this case, I feel like now that Rollie and Tink and all these girls are saying it, there's going to be a lot more people that come out. They say, yeah, they're right.
Yeah.
Right?
There's going to be a shift.
There's going to be a shift of people because at the end of the day, there is a difference when you are in a different part of the country. And that is the reality. When you're from the city, there is just a different whatever. It's
which
just
is why
culturally.
Right. Which is why Tavii said she was shocked at that shit,
And this is why the video that's coming out tomorrow on our Instagram, where we talked about it from our last episode, was I believe that people from New York were booing Gretch because it was more performative for the cameras and not necessarily because they actually gave a fuck. Because at the end of the day, to be honest with you, culturally in New York, unless you're being disrespectful, no one really cares. And usually white people, I don't really hang out with a lot of white people that say the N-word to begin with. That's for one.
That one's iffy. If you're actually white, don't say the N-word. I don't give a fuck where you grew up. But that's just me.
I agree. But even if, right, there are some guys that have grown up in the hood who say that, white guys. But I agree. right? Whatever. But she's, at the end of the day, she's Latina. She's, you know what I'm saying? So, like, I don't know. Whatever. Your opinions can be your opinions.
No one said anything when Mariah Lynn was saying it all over Love and Hip Hop Days. And that's what I'm saying. Like,
Rollie mentioned them. Rollie mentioned the different girls.
Yeah, she mentioned Automatic, Smiley. And I think those are the only two that she mentioned. But I just think it's funny that Tink also goes on to say, no, Rollie says that she grew up with Mexicans and Asians and they was all saying it and nobody cared and they didn't say it in a disrespectful way. And then, Tink says the same thing. But Tavii, same thing. She says she's from Hispanic. A lot of her friends from the Bronx.
You grew up in the
just
hood.
like you grew up in the hood and it was like never a problem. This part, Tink, is what she said. And this part, I
disagree with her too.
With it.
I know what you're
This
talking
part, I'm like, girl, you need to get educated a little bit because why would you? And you know what? I don't even know if it's about education at this point. I just think like, this is what she said. Tink said she fucked black niggas and sucked black dick, so she black.
Yeah,
Absolutely fucking not.
No.
Absolutely fucking not. No, she is not. You know what I mean? Just because you fucking this black person, you with this black person, that does not make you black. You are still whatever your ethnic background is. You just happen to be with someone that's black. That's fine. Don't sit there and say, oh, she black. She's not.
I think low key, I mean, maybe there's always truth to comedy, but I think it was more of a comedic thing. But you're right. There is truth to the comedy, and there are people who actually say that. So it is true, and I don't agree with that.
I don't agree with that.
I don't like when people use that as
you're not black. At the end of the day, my experience and your experience are gonna be two different experiences because you are not black, and let's just leave it at that. But Tink, this is where Tink actually says this. It wasn't even Rollie that said this. Tink was like, if Gretch can't say nigga, then neither can Smiley, Anna, or anyone else. That's literally what she said, and I just think it's interesting. Where was this energy when Jayla was saying it? When everyone else was saying it, where was it?
I agree. Where? I'm looking.
Right.
I'm looking.
Like, what? Like, for real, because I'm just so confused.
Yeah, it's so funny. I forgot to say this, but it really cracked me up because speaking of white, right? Fucking Cold Killer was like telling Nunu to go brush her tongue because her shit white as fuck. And then fucking Nunu's like, you're white, your tongue is white too. And I'm like, damn, that's how you know your tongue is white, bitch. Because you have
nothing to say. She didn't have nothing to say.
Sorry, that was so random, but I thought about it.
Bro, Fauna and Killer was both clowning on her with that shit, man. That shit is crazy. So now we see Big Lex. She interjects this whole conversation. And she mentions that Tavii was talking shit about her on live. And she feels like Tavii keeps bringing up her name and she doesn't like it. And, she wants to dead the whole thing because she deaded the situation. So she just doesn't like that Tavii just keeps running her mouth, right? So they actually show the live.
I know. How is Zeus said that messy? They really played the live.
I know. And that was during filming too.
Like, I remember seeing that.
The same hair and everything. I'm like, this is before they started going out. Like, I was like, damn, Tavii. Caught red-handed.
Yeah, no, literally. She was just saying how Lex ain't doing shit this season. She's sitting back pretty. The people you thought was gonna be doing shit ain't doing shit this season. And it's funny because she was denying it when Lex was addressing it.
Yeah, that's why I was like, caught red-handed because now they played this live and like, look at you. Yeah. Like, what the fuck?
So Lex is like, I'm over the internet shit. If you want to fucking have a problem or beef with me, basically, we can handle it here.
Yeah. Yeah, but they don't really handle anything. Like, they're just going back and forth. Tavii's getting up. Tavii's just like, what do you want to do? Like, whatever you want to do, just do it. Just hit me. Like, I don't give a fuck. But in the midst of that, Summer starts saying something. I don't even know why. But then she was saying how she believes Tavii. And then Big Lex is like, oh, so you believe her? You believe her? Like, what the fuck? And I don't know. I don't even understand why there's this outrage coming from Lex towards Summer right now. Because Summer already told you she don't want to be your friend.
Because you could tell, like, Lex is upset. Like, she really thought this was her friend. Like, and she's not accepting the fact that Summer really is...
She's not accepting the fact that
acting like this. Yeah. And I mean, think about it. You go 2 seasons, that's almost a full year of recording trauma bonding, right? Toxic relationship. You got to remember, all these girls have a very toxic relationship with each other. Now, when we talk about why that girl never left him, why Krishan never left Blueface, even though it's called it's what happens when psychologically you start bonding with each other through trauma. It's hard to leave that. So now you're seeing basically Summer break up with Lex during filming. It's kind of hard to deal with those emotions when, one, everything is fast paced. You haven't really sat with it. So, like, of course, you're going to see Lex still, like, looking at Summer like, damn, because you could tell there's still hope. Like, Lex still has hope that maybe Summer's going to come around, that maybe things are going to change. And that's just what, you know, one, a toxic relationships look like. That's just how it is. And so, of course, Lex is going to get upset because at the end of the day, Summer didn't have to chime in, but Summer's being the villain. Summer's being annoying. She loves to antagonize Lex.
She antagonizes everyone. I don't even necessarily think if it's just a Lex thing. She does this with literally everyone. We've seen her do it time and time again with Anna, Scotty, like everybody, Rollie.
Yeah, she finds it funny.
Suki.
Because as Lex is like
I like Marsh. Like, what? What?
Like, Lex is like, you believe her? You believe her?
Yeah.
And Summer looks like she's like chuckling a little bit. Like, she finds it funny that it's pissing Lex off, which is probably why
I didn't even see her chuckle.
Yeah, she kind of like smirked a little bit and looked down. Like, it wasn't an obvious laugh, but you could tell throughout this exchange of them back and forth at some point, she's like, Summer finds it low-key funny. Like, you see her smirk a little bit.
That's crazy. So now Lex and Tavii, they're going back and forth. Tavii gets in Big Lex's face and, you know, Big Lex tells her to back up. Back up. Tavii's not backing up. Lex pushes her. And it's like a whole thing. Tink is like standing in between them. Nobody wants them to fight on the bus. And this is the part that gagged me. Tavii says to Lex, you want to suck my son's pussy. So Lex is like, your son? What are you talking about? Right? Then Tavii corrects her and said, by son, I mean her, and points to Fauna. Fucking T. Let me find out Lex wanted to eat Fauna out. That's the real one you wanted to eat out. That's the real one you wanted to sleep with, not Summer. That's the real one you wanted to get with. And you know what's funny? Lex did make a YouTube video, and one of the questions, she did a Q&A. One of the questions were, you know, who do you feel like the most disappointed about falling out with? And she said Fauna. Fauna was one of them. Like, she wished that she was cool with her, and it didn't get to the point where it got to, but then she saw that Fauna was being fake, and it was just like, all right, no.
Wow, so is that why Tavii and her really got beef? Because they both just love Fauna for some reason? We just making shit up, y'all.
No.
Speculation over here.
Bro, but that shit was crazy when Tavii called her out on that. I was like, let me find out. Like, you low-key wanted to, like, you know,
Fauna cute.
Fauna is pretty.
Yeah.
But I just think it's crazy. Like, why did Tavii just blew up her spot like that?
Sure did.
Sure did, yo. Sure did. I literally heard that and I saw that. I was like, oh, Fauna? Literally said, I mean my son. When I say my son, I mean, and pointed to Fauna. Like, wow, I was gagged. You didn't catch that?
I did hear it, but I had it on minimized, like a little screen, so I didn't see who she pointed to.
Oh, yeah. So now, Tavii and them, they're off. They're no longer there. Now, Lex is really just getting her shit out with Summer. Like, why the fuck would you say all this stuff? Like, why is this weird? And then Summer is upset with her for talking about, okay, well, you said I was the Beyonce of the group. Why say it?
They just... That was so dumb.
So this was actually, and this is, you know why it's dumb? It's because it's chopped up. We don't have the clear story. But Summer did go live and she did explain that whole situation of when they had a meeting with Lemmy. Yeah, because in that meeting, that's where Lex says that to Lemmy. And while in the meeting. And then, you know, Summer found it mad shady and was like, this is weird. Like, I get up early, get my shit done. You guys get up late. That's on you. Like, I get up early. I'm ready. Like, why are you saying that I'm the Beyonce of the group? It just sounds like you're like hating on me or some shit. Like, while I pop my shit. It's weird. And it came off shady to her. So now when Lex is like, that's not a bad thing that I said it. It was like, you are. Like, we only move when Summer's ready. But it's like, it is a little shady. Like, you know, what else do you want to tell me? Tell me more that you're not telling me. Like, you didn't, I don't know if you said it as if it was a compliment. especially if you're following up and saying things like, oh, well, we don't move unless you're ready. Like,
I mean, it's not a bad thing. It's the truth. And I think that's where Lex is coming from. Like,
there we go. That's what she should have said.
Yeah, like it's not a compliment and it's not a diss. It's just the truth. And that's what Summer clearly doesn't like to hear the truth. And there's just certain things that Summer like has a problem with. For example, like Lex wants to talk shit out and Summer doesn't want to hear it.
She
Period.
just wants to avoid
Point
the
blank.
shit.
Exactly. She's avoidant. She has her own mind made up of what it is. And in order to protect herself, she has her guard up and completely cut them off. For whatever Summer's been through, that's the way she handles her emotions and protects herself. So that's what you're seeing. And that's why this exchange is dumb, because it's like, okay, Lex, you need to leave her alone. Like, you have to accept that Summer is literally not fucking with you. Like, if this is gonna be mended, it's not gonna be on camera. It's not gonna be on Zeus Network. Did you not notice? Did you not learn from Tasiki and Krishan?
Yeah.
It's so silly, right? Like, when you think about these girls, they can see other relationships go and they'll be like, oh, we need you guys to make up, guys. Even they were saying you guys need to go to therapy on camera. Like, there were some girls that were just saying they need to like go do their own thing, not be here. But they can't see it within themselves. And it's so funny because it's like, you're not going to be able to make that friendship. You're not going to be able to revive that friendship on camera. Point blank, period. Summer's already on guard and she cuts you off. You want to have that talk, Lex? It's got to be out of this place, like away from Zeus. Like, I don't understand.
I don't even think Summer would even want to talk to her outside of the show. Like, I just feel like Summer's so stubborn and stuck in her ways. Like, even if it wasn't for the show or out, like say, for example, Lex did want to talk to her without cameras. I don't think Summer would want to.
She needs time. You got to understand, like, when you're dealing with girls who've been through some shit, like, you got to handle yourself accordingly. Like, you genuinely want to make up with Summer. In all honesty, you have to understand her and her background and where she comes from. You're talking about, and this is from snippets that I've learned throughout the show, she's coming from an orphanage. Like, she even remember when she was in Africa?
Yeah.
And she compared that orphanage to where she was from. It's silly, but it's like, that was a snippet into her life.
Right.
When people who are in the system, and her mother died, right? So, like, people who don't have that family support, they don't know how to emotionally regulate. And you don't know how they maneuver. Look at Krishan. Like, look at all these girls. A lot of these girls are like that. So, to me, it's like, Lex went to college. She was going to go be like a basketball player. Like, you're clearly coming from a more a foundation that's more put together than Summer. So the way you communicate with your emotions is a lot different than the way Summer can. And in order to be her friend, you have to understand that. If you genuinely want to be her friend,
right,
and you have to approach it that way. You can't just expect her to be like you, because that's not going to happen. People have traumas and people come from different backgrounds.
It's interesting when you mention Big Lex and her college degree and how she's more educated and more emotionally mature than Summer. You would think that she would know that, but obviously with her emotions being so high, she's not going to understand that. So
you're living the
just
fast life.
It's a lot of emotions, and like you said, constantly filming, constantly going out, constantly drinking. It's just a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah. When you're living we had a last 5 days, we've lived a fast life, and look, and it's nothing compared to what the baddies go through. And to us, it's like, oh my God, I need a day. How can I process what I just went through for the last 5 days? These girls are doing this 31 days straight. My God, how do you process that? Lack of sleep, hungover, lack of proper nutrition. You got cameras in your face, lots of emotions. You're on guard. You're literally fighting all the time. You don't know who to trust. It's crazy. So, like, yeah, that's why she can't process it. That's why no one can. That's why, I understand Summer where she's like, fuck everything, done, guard it up, because
100%.
you can't do nothing else in that type of environment.
Yeah, 100%. So now the girls get to the Chicago house. And the first few set of girls that we see is Anna, Tasiki, Mariah Lynn, Biggie, that crew. And Sapphire and Suki's there. So Anna's calling Sapphire a psychopath and how she was really crashing out and like she was trying to talk to her and no one was able to talk to her. And and she also said in her confessional that she doesn't think that, you know, they should be fighting at these bookings or at these venues because like that's just gonna hinder future bookings. And Suki basically tells them the whole situation, what happened, and
it's just
repeating the same thing. Sapphire, then this is where she says Gretch is cool, but when she's drunk, she's just a little too much. And so now the rest of the girls, Fauna, Tavii, Killa, they show up at the house. Now it's so funny. Rollie is a part of that group too. Biggie asked Rollie why she wasn't at the meet and greet. Rollie don't want what meet and greet. What meet and greet? I'm like, damn, yo. She was like, it's too much. I had to go.
Yeah, it's so funny to listen to Biggie talk about this meet and greet. No, she was not happy about this meet and greet.
Was not happy.
She said, "I'm never taking the photo with these girls again."
No, for real.
Never. They could have put the cup down.
She did say that.
Yeah.
I just think it was funny though because she was like, yeah, I had to go. And I feel her because how long that event was. Like if I was over it, I know damn well Rollie was over it.
Hell yeah.
Like, fuck that meet and greet. I'm going back to the bus, going back to the hotel, getting some food. Fuck that.
Which is so sad because there are people who actually paid for that.
Well, they got the other girls. They don't need Rollie.
Fuck that. Because you know you pay for the
That's true.
The baddies. Not talking about
true.
the second tier and third tier baddie. I'm talking about the main
second
baddies.
tier and third tier baddies. Like, I don't think Natalie, was she there?
No, nobody who
there.
was like big. Biggie was like probably like
the only one that was there.
The only one that I don't even think Tasiki was there. Like it was literally all the newer baddies like Fauna, Killa,
Big Lex,
Tavii, Smiley.
Yeah.
All of them. But Biggie must have been, I think, the most OG that was there, which is like kind of fucked up.
Yeah, because
to
I
the
remember
people who paid.
Yeah, we were outside. We saw Natalie walk out. We saw Rollie walk out.
Suki walked out.
Suki walk out. We saw Tasiki walk out.
DJ Sky walked out.
She walked at the end though, the very end. So I think she was at the meet and greet.
Was she?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think she was at the meet and greet because she was one of them that had the cup in her hand. I think I saw it. But it's so funny because now this is where Rollie expresses how she spoke to Natalie, telling the girls what Natalie suggests, how like people that didn't get that much engagement with the crowd, you might have to sit the next performance out. So the girls are asking Killa, like, you know, why she got her bonnet on, why she look like she ready to go. And this is when Killa is mentioning the beef with Nunu and what happened between her and Fauna with Nunu on the bus and how she's just not letting bitches play with her this season. She literally says on confessional, I was a little bit rusty last season, but this season, y'all not playing with me. Tell my mom. I love Killa, yo. Her confessionals be really cracking me up.
Yeah, they're funny.
You know, so now the final set of girls walk in and Gretch is on that. Like, Gretch wants war. She's ready for war.
Mm-hmm.
So she comes in and immediately Sapphire gets up and she's like, you're not fighting Suki. Suki's not fighting her. Okay. And so Gretch is just like, why isn't she fighting? Basically coming from a place of, so you can hit me, but now you can't fight.
Right. This whole thing really like annoyed me, but
same.
But I can't say that I feel bad for Gretch because at the end of the day,
I def don't.
She bit Jayla. She plays dirty.
Oh my God.
She fights dirty. So, I mean, it's kind of karmic, you know? Like, I like you this season, and I really do like you as a villain. But at the end of the day, right? So, Sapphire and her, everything's chaotic. You know, Tink is trying to stop the whole thing.
Yeah, she's like trying to blocking Gretch for real.
She's trying to regulate because she doesn't want Suki and Sapphire to jump Gretch, and she keeps saying one-on-one, and then Suki's like, no one's jumping her, which she lied.
Right, she did.
She definitely lied.
Yeah.
So then eventually, you know, Gretch gets Sapphire and starts beating her up. She
literally,
really
like, I'm not gonna hold you. Gretch was really, she was putting a pause on Sapphire. I'm like, damn, like, Gretch, I didn't expect this. Like, and of course, Suki sees that her friend's losing and she jumps in. And Suki definitely had rings on.
Yeah.
She had fucking rings on. And I remember before they even started fighting, she was doing something with her necklace and doing something. Like, I don't know if she was prepping, but she was doing something with the jewelry. I'm like, you definitely caused that. Because she came from that side where the cut was. The cut was like on this side.
Of course she did.
And that's where Suki came from.
Gretch knew that she did it. I mean, we all knew she did it.
100%.
That's why Suki sitting pretty talking about, what do you mean? Like, girl, you know what you did.
Yeah.
But I can't say, like, you know, I was kind of like scary to see Gretch with like her neck all bloodied up and shit.
Yeah.
Because it's like, oh my God, like the neck is something serious.
Yeah.
Like, but thank God for Anna coming in to assure us that it was just the skin. It was just the top of the skin scratch. It was no hole in the neck. So once that was told to us as the audience, I felt a little better.
Still like, pretty bad though, but you know, Rollie was even like, damn, like what the fuck? Like,
I can't say, it's fucked up. It is. It really is. But I don't think Gretch felt any type of way when she bit the shit out of Jayla and gave her that scar.
I want to say something about this scene because I just think it's so funny that Suki was so on go, jumping up, so ready. But when Rollie was in your face in Caribbean, there was none of that energy. And I get it. Bygones will be bygones, right? It's done. What's done is done. What happened what happened. But Sapphire walking away, nowhere to be found when it was Rollie in Suki's face. Mm-hmm. And even when Rollie was in Suki's face, there was no immediate hit. And Rollie was saying crazy shit to her too. Mm-hmm. In her face. They were like both in each other's face. I'm like, oh, Suki, that's interesting.
But I wonder now because, you know, I gotta give Grace, they've mended that relationship, so they must have talked, right? They probably had a game plan coming in, because the way the temper tantrum happened, it just seemed like even Sapphire saying, I don't want her to fight, you could tell that there was something said or like, you know, whatever, they talked about it. So to me, it's like, I wonder if Rollie had that same energy this time, what it would look like. I don't know, because again, I don't know. I mean, Sapphire broke her hand or sliced her hand just to prove a point that she was willing to fight for Suki. So I don't know, but it'd be interesting to find out if it happens.
Yeah, but I just think it's also crazy that Sapphire literally did not want Suki to fight. She wanted to fight for her. Like, and Suki just got in the paint anyway.
Yeah, because her bitch was losing.
Yeah, but like it don't matter. You are supposed to be sitting cute and pretty, and that's all that matters. You're not supposed to fight. Like, you're like a celebrity guest here. Why are you fighting?
No.
She's not, but like I feel like they be treating her like that. So it's like, why are you fighting?
She still looked pretty right after she did. She looked untouched.
I mean, listen, she has her friends back too, you know. Basically, she did what Sapphire should have did with Rollie.
Correct.
So I mean, I'm not mad at it. But it's so funny. Suki was like, everybody need to mind their business.
Yeah.
All these bitches jump. Everybody jump. You know where we at. Mind your business, whether I jumped or not. Like,
literally. That's how you know she knew she was wrong. Like, that's how you know.
She's like, she don't care. Yeah. She's like, I jumped and I think it's crazy though. I think it's still crazy. I'm like, Suki, why are you jumping in? Why are you jumping in? You supposed to sit cute and pretty and let Sapphire do what she got to do. But whatever. Anywho.
Yeah.
Whatever. Tavii steps out for some air. Because she's just like, I don't want to have to fight Big Lex again. This house meeting stress me out, give me anxiety.
But like the way she was pacing back and forth looked scary. Like she looked like she really needed to step out, which is what pissed me off about Lex. Because going back to what I said about leave Summer alone.
Yes.
Right? Not understanding. You still want to talk, bitch. No one wants to talk.
No one wants to talk right now.
And so look, Tavii takes herself out of this situation.
Because she didn't want to deal. She didn't want to be there. And of course you follow her out.
And then tells her to keep her distance. Bitch, you came to her.
Yes. This whole scene kind of irritated me because I'm like, Lex, you really came out there making it seem like you weren't trying to fight, but everything you were saying was very antagonizing.
Thank you.
You know, you talking about stay over there though. That did not need to be said.
You came out to her.
Yo,
she's
literally.
pacing back and forth for a reason. Mm-hmm. She's trying to calm down. Mm-hmm. She looked, you know what she looked like? There's people in like, I've seen people in jail like that, you know what I'm saying? Like when they need to like, people who have anger issues, when they need to fucking like take a minute because like they be pacing. When you see that pace, that's a serious fucking pace right there. That is a no joke pace. You leave them alone.
Yeah.
Because they're trying to regulate how they feel. And so
Yeah.
when I see Lex pull up talking about keep your distance, though,
That's so antagonizing.
bitch, you came up to her. You see she stepped out for a reason. And then it just irritated me because it goes back to the summer thing. Tavii don't want to talk. You come in here talking about, but I want to talk. Does she look like she's in the mood to talk?
Yeah. And what bothered me too, as Lex is talking to her, she's pulling up her tights. Why are you pulling up
I
your tights?
saw that.
Why are you pulling up your tights if you don't want to fight?
Correct.
If you have no intentions of hitting her. So you came out here to talk, to be civil, but everything you're saying is like really antagonizing right now.
That's what really bothers me about Lex, and that she likes to pretend like, oh, I'm just here trying to talk. I just want to be this and that. And that's why Summer feels the same type of way. That's why I understand why she's looking at Lex some type of way. Even Tavii said it last season. Lex is a production pad. What you see online is different than what you see in person. She makes you feel one way, but then she's going to do something else because production told her to.
Yeah.
So, like, I mean, for her to come out there and say, oh, I'm not trying to fight, just want to talk, bitch, please, come on. This is Baddies, and you came out to chase her. Like, let's be real. You're not trying to talk. You just want to antagonize her so that she could swing at you first. Talk about, I'm tired of fighting Tavii. Everyone else is tired of fighting Tavii. And I'm just like, so why did you go outside?
Right. If you didn't want a fight, why did you go out there? It's almost giving like production told her, you're being too quiet. You need to step it up. And
she's a grown woman.
Here's the live. Go shake shit up is what it felt like. I'm not going to lie to you. The way they had that live hot and ready.
Clock it.
They had that live hot and ready for us to see. Yo.
That's very true.
So, of course, now Tavii, she's basically, she's what's the word? I forgot the word I was trying to say. But she's dragging her out. I don't know what word I'm looking for. I forgot. But Lex is like trying to get Tavii to hit her. She's looking for a reaction. That's why
she keeps
there.
Talking and saying a whole lot of nothing.
Saying nothing. Doesn't say nothing. And that's why Tavii just swings. Because it's like, what are you out here for? You're going to hit me, you're going to hit me. And then that's when Lex was like, if I wanted to hit you, I could have hit you on the bus. But it's like, okay, but so why are we doing this back and forth? But you pushed her. You pushed
her on the bus because you were gonna you wanted her to hit you.
Yes.
That's why you pushed her.
Yes. And she didn't want to look bad for hitting her.
So
that's crazy. Okay. We see right through it. Okay. Long story short, we see right through it. Tavii runs up, gets done up. All right. We already know how it goes. I'm sick and tired of seeing Tavii get her ass beat by Lex.
I know. She was on her back. And thank God for security. You could tell they were like, no. And they pulled Lex off.
Yeah.
Lex starts saying, run up, get done up, run up, get done up. She thinks she's like cool. Like Lex just annoyed me in this scene a lot.
Yeah. Well, anywho, Anna comes in telling everybody, oh my God, Tavii and Lex are fighting. Oh my God. Everybody runs out. Dolly's asking her, like, damn, Lex, did you beat her ass? Lex goes, did I?
Yeah.
Did I? I'm like, oh, God. We didn't need all that. We knew you. We knew you're going to beat her ass. We knew.
Then Dolly's like, that's Pennywise. Look at that's Pennywise.
That was crazy when she said that. I was like, that is so fucked up. Pennywise is crazy. So now Tavii's upset. She's just walking away. And then we go back inside. And now Suki and Gretch is fighting. And Gretch is low-key giving her to work.
Suki and Gretch start fighting? Didn't Nunu and KK start fighting too? That was before they all came outside.
Oh, you're right. I missed that. Nunu and Killa did start fighting.
Yeah. And that was like slick too. Like it was just like
it was
random.
Slick. That's true. Yeah, but it was mad distance between those punches. I feel like they was punching air.
It was.
Yeah, that's right. They did fight. And then that's when Anna was like, everybody, Tavii and da-da-da fighting.
Yeah.
And after that whole shenanigan, they go back inside and then Suki and Gretch start fighting.
That's right. And this is where, first of all, before they fight, Gretch comes out with this wrap around her neck, which reminded me of the old folk tale. You ever heard of the green ribbon?
No. Oh my God, yes, the woman with, yes. Right, so that was such a scary story.
It is a scary story. So for those of you who don't know, it's a folk tale of a story of a girl who lived and had a green ribbon around her
around her neck.
Around her neck, and no one knew why. And then she meets this boy one day, or meets somebody who basically eventually is curious and takes off the ribbon and her head falls off. and that was the purpose of the green ribbon, was to keep her alive. And so anyways, I took a picture. I was like, that looked like, that's what Gretch looked like coming out. That's exactly what I thought about when I saw. I'm like, bitch, you look scary.
Yeah, she did look she did look crazy, yo. But they start fighting and the episode ends. Loki looked like Gretch was giving her a little bit of work too. I'm not gonna hold you.
Security.
But security broke it up before
exactly
it could get to that point, because it definitely looked like if security wasn't involved, Gretch probably would have gave her a little bit of work.
Exactly.
So we see the preview and we see Summer and Mariah. They have their little showdown. We see Biggie confronting Tommy and how she hits her. They fight. We see Dolly and Summer arguing, which I don't know why, but it feels very pointless because it's like Summer's not even talking to y'all anymore. What is the reason to keep addressing Summer? Like, you see how she just be quiet with her red cup?
Because she's the star.
That's what I'm saying.
Remember how you said they need Summer?
Yeah.
They still need Summer. Look.
Literally.
Look.
They're like, we need to be friends. Like, what?
No, not even that. Even if they're not friends, now they need to be enemies because Summer is the star.
Yeah. And you know what? Natalie did say this in the cameo interview. She said Summer is a star. She did say this. And I want to say something to that, regardless of whatever you think. If Summer had some education, some PR media training, Summer could really be that girl. Like, she just needs some education, some media training, PR training, for real. She go a long way.
She need to hit you up for some brand strategy.
No, she's a lot to handle. No.
She need to hit you up. Tiana got you. She'll be your PR, your brand strategist, all of it. Summer, you know where to come.
I'm fucking weak, imagine. Yo, that's what I'm saying. Summer's mad funny. She just need to clean up a little bit.
Hit her up.
Me? Just clean up a little bit. Jesus, man. She really needs some true guidance for real, because she really is a star. She really is. Like, she just needs education. Anywho, so then Scotty and Jayla, we see them in Milan. I don't give a fuck. Natalie gets mad, saying that the girls can't go one day without her. And this is what we were saying earlier, how they just keep blowing up her fucking phone. Because you also see in the preview that Summer is like, let me call Natalie. For what? For what? Like, there's absolutely no reason to call Natalie. And that is pretty much it, guys. That's where the episode ends.
Yeah. Woo!
That
was good.
What are your thoughts? What do you think of this episode?
I think that this is just a bypass episode.
Yeah, I felt like that too, right?
It was, I enjoyed the little...
It was dragged out.
part. Yeah. I was going to say, I enjoyed the parts and pieces, but there's just certain things that, it's a little slow. But
long ass B-roll.
Yeah.
Long ass B-roll after that long ass intro. Like, yes, we like the song, but that intro is literally 2 minutes and change.
Yeah.
Then you have an additional 2 minutes of B-roll. So it's like, y'all giving us 4 or 5 minutes of B-roll and intro.
Yeah.
Like, what?
But, like I said, I can't say that I don't enjoy the dialogue. I do. But I feel like by this time when I'm watching any Baddie season, I start to feel like the darkness come over me a little bit. It starts to become too much. And I guess just going back to the whole Lemmy thing, I think that Lemmy is giving me the ick so much that watching Baddies is kind of like annoying me. Like, it's not even about the dialogue. It's not even about the show itself. But it's like every time I see his face, I'm reminded of how he literally is not a, I don't know. I don't think he's really much of a good person. And so, especially after our conversation yesterday with somebody who, whatever, we'll get into it. We'll get into it on a different episode, guys. But yeah, that's how I feel about that. How about you?
Yeah, I mean, I enjoy the dialogue too. I thought this episode had its funny ass moments. I do feel like there are some scenes that were just a little dragged out, but other than that, it has nothing to do with the dialogue. It's just that the B-roll is just too much. Like, I feel like, also not for nothing, I low-key feel like Gretch and Smiley scene. I mean, I don't know. It was cute. It was funny, but I don't know if I needed that. But then again, kind of did to like push the story. But these B-rolls be getting me mad. But yeah, I was laughing at a lot. Like when Fauna was giving Nunu that work, Jesus, I was cracking the fuck up. I just wasn't expecting that. Like, if she really was on go.
It was a funny episode.
It was funny.
Yeah,
like,
it was.
It was funny.
It was.
But, I mean, that's pretty much it. What do you guys think of the episode? Comment your thoughts. Oh, before we go, there was a comment that was posted on one of our videos today, and I want us to answer this question here because I don't have time to, like, answer it through text or through response. So let me find it. So this person said, I have a question for you ladies. Why is it okay for half of the cast to fight and then be friends, but when Lex and Dolly do it, it's wrong? Why? I can't wait to see what? Oh, it's wrong. That's why I can't wait to see Dolly and Lex speak out because these fans are hypocrites. First, y'all was mad at them jumping and wanted them to break up and be friends with other girls, and now everyone's mad.
I have an answer. So
yeah.
The problem is they spent the last 2 seasons making their entire identity on the show about the trio. They literally, the beginning of last season, Dolly said, there's only us, this trio, and then started fighting with Co-Killer, Fauna, and K-Rican because of the fact that she was the only one that was the real trio or whatever the fuck it is. So I think the problem is that because they came in the way they did, that's where the criticism comes from, because now you look weird. Yeah, the whole time we were saying you shouldn't have done that, but we've already been saying that for the last 2 seasons. Now you want to wait till the third. You got to understand, when you're doing math, 2 out of the 3, that means that's it. You're too late. If you did 1 out of the 3, okay, then I can give grace to some type of change. But if you're doing 2 out of the 3 and on the third you want to switch it up, now it looks fake because it's like, that's more than half. That don't make no sense. And that's really where I stand. It's their fault that we feel the way we feel because we saw it was fake from the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
And now you look even more fake for switching it up.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Anywho, well, that answers your question. Let's shout you out. Let's see. At Dami101 full, F-U-L. So yeah, that answers your question. And that's for the fans as well, the ones that's acting like that, but they don't understand. But that's our response to that. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed this episode, definitely like, share. Okay, and with that being said, where can they find you?
You guys can find me on Instagram. That's JESSI.strange. And where can they find you, Tiana?
You guys can find me at Random81. However, I am thinking about changing my Instagram name to its_Tiana Locke. What do you think?
Yeah, I like it.
You like it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me know what you guys think, because I'm gonna change it. You can find us on Instagram at the Petty Headquarters. You can find us on YouTube and all podcast platforms at the Petty Headquarters. All right, y'all, definitely leave a review, follow our podcast, subscribe on YouTube, follow us on Instagram, all that jazz. We will be coming out with an email newsletter very soon because I found out that you guys been telling me that YouTube is not showing you guys the video, even though you have your notifications turned on. You have all this stuff on and YouTube is still not telling you when we post. So we need and we will be putting out an email newsletter and letting y'all know, okay, so that we could let you all know when everything is out. So you don't always have to depend on YouTube, Instagram, da-da-da-da. All right, cool. With that being said, this was your weekly dose of mess.